Welcome to the Joyage Kingdom. In today's video, we've been doing a brutally honest update on Kaiju Kings. It's been a fat minute since I reviewed this project. If you saw the original one, I would probably go watch that first actually before this video because I go over all the fundamental foundation shit, and so you should probably watch that before this update video. I'm not going to recover all those things. I'm just going to really update us on what's really going on in the Kaiju King ecosystem. A lot of people have been asking about this video. I hope you're excited to get into it. If you are, subscribe to the channel, join the kingdom. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Help me get there. Drop a like in this video, helps me out directly, and drop a comment below what project you want to see next covered. If you're not following me on Twitter, if you're not in my Discord, down below in the description. You're only hurting yourself. If you want to get 5 free stocks, I said that right, 5 free stocks, use my Weeble link down below. Helps me out directly. It's a crypto and stocks trading platform. You get free money. We all fucking win. We all win. As you guys know, the goal of this channel is to instill the knowledge and confidence it's going to take to navigate this metaverse on your own one day. So if that sounds good to you, let's get into the video. And for any companies or brands you want to get in contact with me, please email me at joyageofficial@gmail.com. Let's check it out. Kaiju Kings. Floor, 1.19 floor price, 26.7 thousand items, 3.4 thousand owners, 6,000 items. But this project is actually a combination of the Genesis and Baby. So the real floor of the Genesis Kaiju is 5.4 Ethereum. That's fucking high for a bear market, fam. That's really high. I remember when this project launched. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember it. For people who are interested in Kaiju, at least, I'm sure a lot of you came from when they first originally launched. We look at that narrative. They launched all the way back in the middle of October 2021, and I remember they shot, and they were like kind of, I don't know. I remember they kind of like made everyone squirm a little bit when it first happened. It was like the floor went straight to 4 ETH. And a lot of, they're actually a few days after, even the average price was 6 ETH, and people were really pumped about this project. And I remember when I was reviewing it, I missed the boat on this one, but I remember saying this project will work. Kaiju, the anime, the Japanese, or like the Asian culture is very, very strong, and that's a big reason why this project is really held, because that brand, the Kaiju. Fam, Kaiju means monster in Japanese, and it's kind of similar to like the Godzilla. These things are selling like hotcakes 24/7 all the time. Basically, this project has like incredibly strong brands. Their owners, or I don't know if it's the owner or who's in charge of the project. He's on Twitter all the time, doing Twitter Spaces. Did one with Gary V, I think Coinbase the other day, and he seems like he really has a good grasp of the NFT space. He's out here building all the time. And if we go here to their holders, there is a, I wouldn't call it a whale, but 2.5% is held by this wallet with 150 kaijus. Ridiculous. You don't really know if it's babies or if it's all like the Genesis ones. There's not really a way to know. And that's why I didn't want to go over on the activity here to this, because I don't remember exactly when the babies dropped, but that affected the floor price because obviously these are all for the babies, I assume. That's why the floor is kind of low when the Genesis collection has really held up pretty strong. But anyways, let's move on. They've also got some new projects. So in the last review, when we originally did them, I don't think anything had come out yet. I don't think they had mutants, they didn't have babies, they didn't have anything. It was just an idea, a concept, really. And so let's check out what they've been doing. They've got Kaiju Mutants NFTs, the floor of almost half an Ethereum, 1.8 thousand items, or volume traded, 2.1 thousand owners for 3.6 thousand items. This is what they look like. I mean, they're alright. Yeah. It's alright, whatever. They got mutants. We're going to go over also the different utilities, functionality within the ecosystem in a couple of minutes on their Discord. One of their people pinged me back with some details that was really helpful, and we'll get into that in a second. I just want to show you all the projects that they're doing right now. Also got Kaiju Failed Experiments, a 0.639 floor price, 1.4 thousand Ethereum traded, 239 items, owners for 1.8 thousand items. And these aren't related to their R-Waste token, which we'll get into in a moment as well. We move on. The Kaiju King Turnables, 0.03 floor, and this is actually using the Polygon network. 2.4 Ethereum traded, 1.7 thousand owners for 3.3 thousand items. This is just a turner for your, I mean, this is really only, you know, if you hold a Kaiju, this is really the only reason you'd ever buy one of these, but that's there mainly for the people in the ecosystem who care to be part of this. So, and here's their Twitter page, 126,000 followers. They do a good job, I think, of pushing the brand, and just doing a good job overall on their Twitter. I would love to see more video content, just more, I don't know, more engaging content. You know, pictures are good, little gifs here and there is good, but I would love to see some video content, especially the anime world. It's where they live for. They love video content, story content, comics, shit like that. I think they're missing an opportunity by not doing that. Also, if anyone on the team wants to come on for a review or for a podcast, would love to do that done with project founders of like Doodle, Supdogs, Boonji, a whole lot of projects. So just shoot me a DM on Twitter. I would love to orchestrate that for you. go to their Discord. Let's check out some of the utilities. So the Dino Kaiju bot told me that the Genesis Collection utilities, access to the Holders Lounge and Alpha Chat, access to whitelist raffles, generate 5 R-Waste a day, which is their token, can stake to generate 15 scales a day while staking R-Waste production is halted, can breed babies as long as you have 2 Kaiju Genesis and 750 R-Waste in your wallet, full scale VX for I believe the Sandbox, I assume, I think it's Sandbox, or maybe Decentraland. Babies, access to the Holders Lounge and Alpha Chat, access to the whitelist raffles, stake baby to 25 scales a day. We'll get a smaller VX. It's very similar to the Cyber Kong's style of ecosystem here. For mutants, you can generate 2 scales a day, no staking required, access to the Alpha Chats, access to select giveaway raffles, utility for the future play to earn games, can make mutant DNA as long as you have 300 scales in your wallet, can obtain an Alpha Pass for 300 scales, read only, will get a smaller VX, redacted. A new Kaiju creation potentially produces some R-Waste, requires a baby and a mutant to obtain, will take time to mature into its final form. Scientists coming soon, new collection coming soon, about 20% of burnt R-Waste will be distributed to random scientist holders, have a 1% chance to steal an extracted DNA. Lost scales from a failed DNA extraction will be distributed to the scientist holders. So one, I guess constructive criticism would be like, if everybody has access to the alpha chats, like at what point is that just fucking not an alpha chat, but whatever, we'll move on. Enter the Kaiju Verse Roadmap Volume 1, November 28th, 2021 is when this came out. So originally, we're just going to kind of go over the main bits here. Got the TLDR, thank you, Kaiju. Q4 of 2021 / Q1 of 2022, we're building out the Kaiju Verse and its associated ecosystems. Charitable organization be researched to distribute the Web3 fund. Rooftop Rampage is the first ever Kaiju game, and will follow the quest of a baby Kaiju as he attempts to get to the bottom of Augmented Labs and their evil plans. Christmas airdrop will provide 2.5D animated turnaround NFTs to Genesis Kaiju holders and will be accompanied by a Kaiju Christmas art competition. Failed experiments will be able to transform into mutant Kaijus. Mutant Kaijus will acquire additional utility through R-Waste and baby Kaiju fusing in redacted. Q1 and Q2 of 2022, an immersive world, Sorashima, will be built as the home of the Kaiju Verse. Live your life as a king in the Club Penguin-esque space. You're free to party in the Club Kaiju, compete in the arcade, hang out in your Kaiju condo. The choice is yours. Auction house will allow Kaiju holders to spend R-Waste to gain new unique traits to be flaunted and used in Sorashima. Kaiju Kings merchandise will drop, and some will provide a 1-to-1 NFT equivalent to their original owner, equitable in Decentraland. So Decentraland is where they're going to be doing their game shit. Q2 / Q3 of 2022, Decentraland venue will be acquired for Kaiju King concerts, events, and merchandise drops. Kaiju voxels and 3D rig Kaijus will be available for Kaiju holders to represent themselves in Sandbox, Decentraland, and the broader metaverse. So maybe they're trying to just get him everywhere and all the places, maybe. Project Daedalus is shrouded in mystery, but will reward contributions from the Kaiju holders. Wonder what this will all be about. Next is redacted. Q3, Q4 2022, Arena and Battle will be developed as a ranked game system for Kaiju holders to compete for prizes. Open a partnership with other projects to include their characters inside the battler. Roadmap Volume 2 will be released around the time the battler drops during Q3 of 2022. Kaiju Community Fund will provide ETH to promising community projects and initiatives. So in this article, this is from January 21st, doing the Kaiju Verse today, they're kind of just talking about all the things they're doing to just build the brand and really just become a known figure in the space. They already are, but to just continually push the brand, make the name bigger and bigger, really get some utility for this R-Waste integration into different games, different ecosystems. For gaming integrations, this on-chain planar and game becomes more and more prevalent in the space. They want to develop their own something and gaming experiences dedicated to building out this whole thing. For PX Quest, it's an NFT dungeon crawler game where players will be able to raid, duel, quest, kingdom build, and more. They'll have different ways for people to utilize R-Waste, which gives utility to the token, giving it more value, and people will get to be able to wager R-Waste against each other and play to earn battles. So basically trying to get a bunch of ways to just use this R-Waste token in and around the ecosystem. Raid parties and on-chain idle MMO where people will be able to summon units, enhance stats, and fight enemies. The Kaiju Kings will be featured in the raid party as a kind of playable character. This is what you really wanted to see because in a lot of project games, they're going to suck, right? So it's better to just become part of other people's games, especially like as big companies come into this space, like if fucking Fortnite comes in. Like, you want to be the project that Fortnite comes to and says, hey, we're dropping another video game this fall. we're trying to get y'all to be in the game. That's the goal for projects, and that's what they're trying to do here. They're kind of I don't know, paving the way a little bit here. So it's really good to see. And I'm not going to go through every single collaboration ever, but we'll go through some notable ones. Exodia is an NFT. Exodia. As soon as I see Exodia, I think of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's an NFT analytic tool that allows users to perform well analysis, examine historical floors of different collections, and receive alerts according to certain conditions. They're offering premium website access to all Kaiju holders for 3 months, as well as discount access after the trial period. This collaboration will work to further foster the alpha and trade-oriented community of Kaiju Kings and helps us avoid APN projects that are shitty. Basically, this is good to see, and a lot of NFT YouTubers are trying to talk about this as the new meta. Projects looking to bring value in ways that aren't coming from their own ecosystem by partnering up with other communities, partnering with other projects, other tools like this. Basically, just trying to get as much value back to the community as possible. They've been partnered with Azuki early on, and we're able to kind of integrate a little bit of their brand, a little bit of their art style into one of the Azukis. I guess that's pretty cool to see. I guess they pinned this project early on and wanted to collaborate, and that's the good part about being in a niche that's like bigger than yourself. Like Kaiju's in this anime / Asian culture / all these things, right? And so all these projects that are in that same ecosystem can kind of help each other out. So this is really cool to see. And in this update, I'm not going to do the entire play to earn ecosystem for their game, but if that's something you guys want me to do an entire breakdown of like white papers, I don't know, I just feel like people don't really care for that. But if you guys are interested in that, let me know down below if you guys are interested in that kind of content. Other than that, Kaiju King's been doing a really great job, honestly, pushing their brand, building their name. They've done, they are one of those projects that people have heard of. Kaiju Kings is one of those projects, and that's all because of the brand work they've done. So as expected, in my review, I was also bullish on them. I think they're a great project. They've been able to hold very strong as far as their value in a bear market. They're doing all the things they set out to do. They've launched all their other projects, getting people involved in the ecosystem who couldn't afford it. Genesis Kaiju, that's really good. I would love to see them do a lot more video content, a lot more creative content, if that makes sense. I think that would just continue to help the brand, and they have the funds to do this. They've got a shit ton of volume, a lot of royalties. I think they could allocate more time and effort into the creative atmosphere of the project. I think that would really, really help them out. And again, if anyone on the team wants to come on for a podcast, I've done them with so many projects now at this point. I would love to do that. Just hit me up on Twitter or wherever. Code word, if you made it to the end, Celsius. Guys, if you enjoyed that video, subscribe to the channel, join the kingdom. We got plenty more every single day. Leave a like. Let me know down below what kind of video you want to see next. If you're not following me on Twitter, if you're not in my Discord down below, I can't help you. That's where all the helpful information is. If you want to get 5 free stocks, use my Webull link, crypto and stocks trading platform made easy. Sign that shit down below, man. Get started. It helps me out directly. You get free money. We all win. If you want to see more of me right now, click on one of these boxes on the other side of me. Until next time, continue on your Joyage. Continue to learn and be grateful you're alive watching this video. Bye.